So today we have Mary Lou, co-founder of the Gloucester Dog Park, and she's also a dog rescuer, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her story today.
Hi, my name is Mary Lou, and this is Marta, but we found out that that's not really her name, and I'll explain the story to you. I foster dogs. I take them in from shelters in Massachusetts where they, for whatever reason, might not get adopted from that shelter, or the shelter doesn't have the rescues or resources to keep the dog. So very progressive shelters start calling rescue organizations to try and help them find placement for the dogs. So we take them into foster homes and do just that. This girl came from a shelter, a pound in Lowell, Massachusetts, and because she was an older dog, and a pit bull, it was really hard for them to find placement. So I took her in. We have had her since March, and we've had very little activity on her as far as applications because of her age. We finally got an applicant on her, and they were going to be showing up today, Sunday. And in the meantime, we got a phone call, the rescue got a phone call on Thursday from someone purporting to be the original owner of Marta. And so I telephoned them, and we went over some markings of Marta, and lo and behold, they are the original owners of Marta. The dog was stolen from their yard probably about a year ago, and they went to the pound and tried to find the dog, put up flyers, and they had no luck. And so they obviously, they gave up and really thinking that they would no longer see the dog again. They were ready to get another dog. And so Marta's playing.
Marta's actually giving the camera kisses right
yes.
now. So very friendly dog.
They were ready to get another dog, and so they did a search, the internet search, and they found Marta, and they're like, this is our dog. And so the dog's name is Lexus. That's her original name, and she's 10 years old, not 8 like we thought, and she's going to be reunited very shortly with her family. We're very excited. This is kind of is a story about also to let people know what they can do if they lose a dog. There's definitely some steps that the family could have taken had they known. But when a family loses a dog or a pet for whatever reason, it's very hard. They're grief-stricken, they're overwhelmed, they don't know what to do, they don't know the resources out there, they're scared, they want to avoid grief at some times, and it's really hard in that state to really have the wherewithal to even figure out where to go. There are many shelters out there that really have created networks to help these people find their dogs, resources, and just common things that people should do at all times is obviously have a dog collar on your dog with the tag at all times, and that's crucial, no matter, even if they're in your backyard. Have the dog microchipped, because any dog that is microchipped, a vet will scan the dog. Anytime a new dog is brought into their practice, they'll scan the dog to make sure that the dog is with the rightful owner. But other things that people can do, for instance, that might have not helped Marta because she was stolen. But other things they could do is, like, this couple went to the shelter. Went to the pound. They went to the pound. They went a couple times, but then they didn't go again. If they maybe had left a picture of the dog and said, if this dog shows up, please call us. Leaving a picture of the dog would have been really important. Also, doing a search, just doing a search on how to find a lost dog, or lost dog, doing just some sort of Google search will show you so many different resources and tips on what to do to help you find your dog. And I even have an experience with that. I was fostering a dog, and we were in the woods, and he just went missing. I couldn't find him, and I was, even though I do rescue, I was beside myself, overwhelmed with grief, didn't know what to do. And I came home, and I myself did a search on that, and I found, for instance, a tip that go back to where you found the dog, to where you lost the dog, and go at dusk. Because oftentimes dogs will be hiding, they're scared, but they'll come out at dusk. Well, I did that with a neighbor, and lo and behold, we found the dog. It's also important as far as dogs' behaviors. They will act differently when they're lost or when they're in a newer, different environment. So it's important to kind of know your dog's behavior, but don't think your dog's going to react the same with it being in a strange situation than as the dog was with you. For instance, that situation, it was a foster dog, and he was very hesitant to come to me because he was scared. So I didn't go to him, because if I had gone to him, he probably would have ran. So I just squatted down, waited for him to come to me, and he did. So just tips like that. That one tip helped me, not helped, it definitely was the tip that allowed me to find that dog. If I had known that, I don't know if I would have went back at dusk and did that. So I would, encourage people, even if they don't have a lost dog, but in their dog's folder, with all your medical records and the like, just maybe print out some tips so that you can have if it ever happens to you. So you at least someplace you can go and get some ideas of what to do. Because at that point, when your dog goes missing, believe me, you are so grief-stricken and so overwhelmed, you're at a loss of what to do. I think that's about it. Is there anything else you have?
We'll show you part 2 later of the actual reunion, so stay tuned.
Okay.